What is up, guys? It's Swammer here, back again with some more Great League action. It's been a few days since I posted a video. I just sort of put my head down and did all of my placement matches. So I've actually done quite a lot of battles the first few days. I've done 4 sets for 2 days and then 5 sets the past 2 days. So a lot of battles, and I've been having a lot of success with this team. Um, Up until my placements, till the end of my placements, I only had 2 negative sets. So 2 sets where I lost more than 2 games. And so I actually got placed at 25-37. And then I did 2 more sets to at least try and get to my rank 9. And I really limped until rank 9. Those were both losing sets. Unfortunately, one of them was not entirely my fault. The other one, I got bad teams, bad matchups, and got outplayed. But we did make it to rank 9, so I'm going to showcase the set where I make it to rank 9. It is a losing set, but it sort of shows actually the strengths and weaknesses of the team quite well, and it's a pretty good summary of the matchups that I feel like I lose and the matchups that I feel like I win pretty easily. So let's go ahead and get into the video. We'll have to see. I was finding queue times actually fairly long for the most part on my climb up. So lead matchup of Tropius. Basically, anytime I came up against a Razor Leafer on the lead, I probably lost. So here, this is just really tough because, okay, Razor Leaf, Tropius, Azumarill has no hope against, and then Sableye, Deoxys has no hope against, so I really don't have much play here. They are going to be able to get off a foul play to take me out. Azumarill's going to come in, going to have to try and farm down all the way. I probably should have shielded this, recognizing it to be a return. That does a lot of damage. I do have to commit completely to the farm down if I want to have a chance. However, they get off another charge move, so I'm going to have to commit the shield, and I think that is right there what costs me the game. Tropius is going to be coming in, so I'm going to go straight for that Ice Beam. And definitely, if I had a little more health or been able to get, not have to burn that shield, I definitely think I'd be in a decent spot here, because Galarian Stunfisk in the back, Ferrothorn can actually handle reasonably well. So we are going to go ahead and shield there. This is probably going to be an Earthquake. Given that they have a 2-shield advantage, I'd be very surprised if they did anything other than go straight Earthquake here. We're going to go ahead and go for the Power Whip now. They do go ahead and shield that. This is going to be an Earthquake on their side. And I really am thinking that I ought to be trying to swap in here, so I was expecting them to shield this on the Galarian Stunfisk, and then I was going to swap in with Azumarill. However, they didn't, so I probably should have swapped in Azumarill right away. I pull the trigger on the Power Whip to try and burn the shield, but they don't go for it, and then they're able to Razor Leaf me down. They're going to have a charge move ready for my Azumarill, so it ended up being pretty close. But my experience there was basically Razor Leafers on the lead really bad for me, especially if their safe swap, or my safe swap, has a hard counter on their team. So not great for me. That matchup, I think, actually was winnable in the end, but didn't play it out right. So Stunfisk on the lead into Cherrim. Cherrim is another one that is really tough for me. I don't have a great answer, to be honest. And so here, I'm actually going to get beamed, which is not good at all. So I'm going to go for the Rock Slide, hoping that I can get to it. We are going to draw a shield with this Rock Slide. We were having a little bit of lag there, so I think that was part of the problem here. They're going to drop their Weather Ball, which is going to take me out. And then I'm going to come in with Azumarill and go for an Ice Beam. So they were able to flip the matchup there with the Cherrim, and Cherrim, of course, is not great for Ferrothorn because of that Fire Weather Ball, and then they're able to get their Meganium against my Azumarill. I wanted to swap on the Frenzy Plant there, but was not able to. Swap now, trying to catch a Frenzy Plant, not able to. The Stunfisk going to be going for the Power Whips against it. The Power Whips are going to do quite a lot of damage, but it's just not quite enough. They're going to be able to get off a charge move here. I'm going to go ahead and shield. I do successfully shield an Earthquake, so that's pretty good for me. Going for another Power Whip. And unfortunately, they are going to be able to get to an Earthquake here. This Power Whip isn't quite going to take them out, and I really want to swap here, but my switch timer just is not quite up. So they are able to land the Earthquake, which is not going to be great, because now they can swap in their Meganium, and they're able to get to a Frenzy Plant as I get to the Power Whip. So the Frenzy Plant is going to take me out, and then I've got the Ice Beam, but they win CMP, and they actually had 2 saved up, so that was pretty massive. Not quite sure. I think that was another winnable match, but again, Meganium in the back. I've been finding Ferrothorn's having a much tougher time with that matchup now that Flash Cannon is an extra bullet seed to get to. So that was not great. So here in Azumarill on the lead, this is another time where their Azumarill is building up basically to 100 energy before throwing, which is not great for the way I like to play this matchup because they have a lot of residual energy that they can throw into my Deoxys, and it means that he's going to be in a hole right from the beginning. So they bring in their own Deoxys, and I basically have no way that I can flip this matchup now. It's not at all in my power, so puts me in a pretty tough spot, and this is another sort of symptom of games that I was losing, is if I have absolutely no way to flip the matchup, then it doesn't turn out too well for me. So able to get to a Rock Slide here. They're actually going to burn some energy. I was going for the Psycho Boost, decide not to shield here, just let them take me out. Come in with Azumarill, and I probably could have farmed down, but I had 100 energy anyways, so I was just going to go ahead and drop the Ice Beam. Going to swap into Ferrothorn now, see what they have in the back, and it is a Skarmory. So there I really needed to be able to win switch, because Skarmory on Ferrothorn is just not a great matchup. That is basically another thing that I noticed throughout my matches, is if I ended up having my Ferrothorn on their Skarmory, it was pretty much a guaranteed loss, because there's really nothing he can do. And he just builds up so much energy. I decide to shield there, thinking that I might be able to potentially save it. Gonna go for a Power Whip here. Even though it's double resisted, it will get them into Ice Beam range, so I'm gonna Power Whip and then swap and go straight for the Ice Beam, which will force their last shield at least. So we do force the shield, but then their Azumarill is going to come back in, and their Azumarill has Play Rough, so there's really not anything that I can do here. Going to go for the Hydro Pump, and at this point we're just playing the match out. I'm not going to be able to win this at all. This is going to take me out. Going to come in with Ferrothorn, and they've now shown Ice Beam as well as Play Rough, so I know that I can't really over-farm. So I go straight for the Snarl, or for the Power Whip. It's 3 or 4 Bullet Seeds to a Power Whip and 5 Bubbles to an Ice Beam, so it's possible that I could have done 1 more Bullet Seed, but it doesn't really matter because this Skarmory has tons of loaded energy. They've got back-to-back Sky attacks to throw into me, and that's going to take me out. So not looking good so far. We're 0-3 in the set so far, and those are the type of games that I've been losing, where Razor Leafers make a big problem for this team just because I have no way to deal super effective damage with fast moves back to them, and then Skarmories in the back that end up against Ferrothorn are a big problem as well. So I'm not sure if either that first or third game was winnable. The second game definitely would have. The Cherim I probably should have been able to take. If I'd shielded the Solar Beam, it would have been enough. But yeah, so getting into the fourth matchup here. Uh, last two games of this set are better, so hopefully we'll find a matchup soon. We do finally get a matchup here, and it is a Stunfisk on the lead. So this is the type of game that was good for me. Is seeing a Stunfisk on the lead is great, and then so many times people were safe swapping into Azumarill, and that's really where Ferrothorn shines. So the safe swap Azumarill, they've built up a lot of energy, so they're actually running Hydro Pump Play Rough, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Power Whip. Knowing that they have Hydro Pump Play Rough, I can actually build up a little bit of extra energy fairly safely. So I'm going to build up 2 extra Bullet Seeds on there and then go for the Power Whip. This is going to be taking out the Azumarill. And then this is really good for me because I have quite a bit of health and I'm close to another Power Whip. So Stunfisk is going to come in. I'm going to go for a Power Whip. It's going to deal a lot of damage to this Stunfisk, almost half of its health, about 40%. They're going to be getting to another a charge move here. I'm going to go ahead and shield and drop my own Power Whip because I know that in order for... They're going to have to shield here, basically. Because power-ups are really going to start to add up. And then they do a nice swap here into Abomasnow, but Abomasnow is not going to appreciate this Deoxys, so the counters here are really going to hurt. You can see how fast that Abomasnow is going down. I'm not going to shield this. I'm saving the shield for that Stunfisk. It is an energy ball, so that does quite a lot of damage, but I am able to counter them all the way down. They have a charge move here, so I am going to shield. I've got lots of loaded energy on my Deoxys, so just going to go for triple Psycho Boost here, which will definitely be enough to take out this Stunfisk. So 1 Psycho Boost, 2 Psycho Boosts here. They do have a shield remaining, but honestly, I'm not expecting them to use it because this game is over. There's the 3rd Psycho Boost, and this is going to finish them off. So almost didn't need my Azumarill there, to be honest. And that's the type of game that was going really well, is when I saw Galarian Stunfisk on the lead. And I saw a ton of that in my placements, so that's part of the reason that I was doing so well, is so many Galarian Stunfisks that I was just really able to dominate a lot of matchups because this team does so well against it. And then Skarmory on the lead. Skarmories I've seen pretty consistently. Now that they can have Brave Bird, there's a more obvious way to play it. So they always build up a lot of extra energy. I go up to the Hydro Pump and then go for the Ice Beam Bait. I never shield the first one because if it is a Brave Bird, then I can one-shot them, and if not, then it's not worth shielding. So I do shield the second Sky Attack. So we're even on shields, but this Hydro Pump is going to get the Skarmory very low, and I'll be able to farm down. So the Hydro Pump does connect, and now we're able to farm down. So even on shields, I've got a fair bit of residual energy, and it's a Hypno coming in. I should be able to get to a Hydro Pump before they get to a charge move, and this is going to put them in a tough spot. They're either going to have no shields left, or they're going to have a half-health Hypno. They go for the half-health Hypno. Going to come in with Deoxys. Lots of Hypnos are running double punch, so I'm not going to shield this. It is a Shadow Ball, so that's not great for me. They do go ahead and swap out into Whiscash, which is amazing, because Ferrothorn is going to go to town on this Whiscash. I'm not going to shield this. Even a Blizzard wouldn't take me out. However, they do go for the Mud Bomb. They're going for back-to-back Mud Bombs here. So it does a fair bit of damage, but I'm going to go ahead and drop the Power Whip now. Built up quite a bit of extra energy, so they're not going to be able to get to another charge move. We do get the last shield there, which is great. And then this Power Whip is going to be taking out the Whiscash because of that double weakness. It's really going to go down fast. And then Hypno's coming back in. They will probably get to charge move here. They do get to one. We're going to go ahead and shield. They might have Fire Punch. It is just a Thunder Punch, which probably wouldn't have KO'd, but it's totally fine. And then the Power Whip here is going to take out the Hypno. So that was really solid game. Basically, anytime Ferrothorn is up against a water type, you're really looking good. But Skarmory leads were another thing that I was having a fair bit of success against. Basically, because I could make sure that my Ferrothorn didn't end up against the Skarmory. So you guys are going to see I do hit rank 9 with that negative set. So happy to make rank 9 very early in the season this time. But definitely think that it's going to be harder to climb up. I think that Niantic has done some changes to the way that they do the amount, like to the calculation of amount of elo that you gain. So we'll have to see how that works out. That means it might be a very long climb to rank 10. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that your placement matches are going well, and I hope to see you in the next video.